Hello, hello, everybody. All right, I'm glad to be your special guest, Mustafa. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh man, oh man. Um, I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna just speak a little loud, into the mic so that the mic can pick me up, preferably. Excuse the sound, which the air conditioner was left on. Um, how y'all doing on this mental on this men's mental health month? You know, this is men's mental. Yes, it's June is mental health month for men. Um, and also Father's Day. Father's Day is right around the corner. Um, it's so much, and like always, even though I'm throwing all of that out as Mustafa, do you care about yourself, kid? Yes, and for all those men out there that care about their mental health, you should show and express your mental health care, and exude it through all the things that you do, say, and how you treat people. And I have got to say that today's episode is a follow up episode from 2 weeks ago. Last week we had to take a little step back, had some work being done down here, and today, like 2 weeks ago, the episode was the selfless warrior. And for today's quote for the selfless warriors we all follow, a selfless warrior does not build a shelter for someone else's dependency. They hand over the tools, step back, and love them enough to let them build their own. You know what that kind of sounds like to me? The fisherman or the man that brings the horse to the well. The horse might be resilient and going to the open water, like, oh my gosh, there might be something in here, you know. And as a horse tamer, not saying I am, I'm just making up. If my horse is being pulling back, I'm not really gonna try to fight him. I'm like, maybe he's not ready for the water. Take him back. As a fisherman, somebody asked me for a fish, and I'm like, oh, do you? I just came from fishing. Do you want to fish, or do you want me to teach you how to do it? Which one do you want? Because right, one of them I ain't got the time for. And I'm speaking from my own point of view, and after learning boundaries predominantly, because even if somebody asks you for something, think about the fact of if you can actually do it right then and there. Even if you can do it, like, hey, can you go to the store with me? You just got in from work, and you also went straight to the gym, and you just got in. Now you about to go back out the door? Not saying that you don't care. Just give it some time to think about it. It's just a simple walk to the store. I know, but you need to have some kind of boundaries for yourself, and understand, like, and not right now, not right now. But enough about me and these analogies and quotes, because it's about you, the viewers, the people who comment on the videos, the people who leave beautiful, beautiful, beautiful comments that we're gonna get back, because I saw some last week, and we're gonna make episodes out of it. For our first question into this episode of The Selfless Warrior. Oh, and before I go, does anyone have any remarks on the quote per se? I'm sorry. I'll reread it if needed. No, everybody's with it. Everybody on page. All right. Question number one for this podcast. There's two parts. For accountability, as a person of being a selfless warrior, a person that's, you're helping everyone, or you might even be the one that's getting help, and you're not the selfless warrior. You're the one that's being helped by the selfless warrior. So I have this to say. Could, yeah, I definitely edit that out. For accountability, the first question of the selfless warrior. It's a two-part. First question of the first part is: are you helping them survive their crisis, or are you just helping them survive their comfort? Twist question to it for the individual that is not the selfless warrior. They're being helped by the selfless warrior. Are they helping you survive your crisis? Or are they just helping you survive your comfort zone? Anyone? Out of the two part, it's one question, but it's two parts to it, because you could be the person that is the selfless one that's helping, and then there could be someone that is the one that's being helped, and both of these two individuals can help each other in this situation, or further destroy the situation by not knowing if they're helping or if they're just there. So that's why there's really two parts to each question. We're speaking.
If I can, I'm trying to answer that.
Go ahead.
With one answer. Like, I'm a firm believer of teaching a man to fish instead of fishing for him. You know, I can give you a bit of an example. I was in need of assistance to complete a task. You know, that would be beneficial to me and would help me in my process. And I went to my mother. You know, and my mother made the decision to not help me. You know, not because being mean or anything like that, but she said, you know, like you need to try and help yourself this time. See, because I can always help you.
Yeah.
But how about you lean on your own devices this time and see what happens? And through taking her advice, it actually worked out pretty good. You know, and so that's why, like like I said, like she didn't give me a fish. She taught me to fish.
Mm.
You know, and now it's fish for dinner.
Okay.
So you basically you are both.
Exactly.
You're
That's
one
what I
and
was
you're
gonna
one
try and
in
answer
in
it.
part two.
In one answer, you know, yeah, because like you can, I mean, you can help people all you want to, but the best way to help somebody is to teach them how to help themselves.
Yes.
You know, and it took me a very long time to figure that out. You know, by constantly making mistakes in the above of my head, and you know, because I was one of those poor me guys. You know, oh, you don't want to help.
I was on that boat.
Michelle, you don't want to help me. You wrong. But you know, like I said, like being able to help yourself is the best help you can get.
Mm-hmm. How it go? God bless the child that has, but God bless the child that has their own. Anyone else?
Yeah.
We got.
It just makes me, I like what Tariq said, but it just makes me think of recovery as well. Like, I thank God for the people that He used in my life that helped me when I was going through a situation, because they let me know, like, look, me too. I was there, and this is what I did. So you have to go here. And I thank God for using my daughter. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I got it all at once. Oh my God, easy. It took some time.
I thought I was Mustafa.
Look. Oh, yeah. I forgot Mustafa. You know I get CRS sometimes. So Mustafa, yeah. I thank God for using my baby that, you know, and I ain't excited to say this, but coming to that crack house, knocking on that door, looking for her mother, it was so humiliating. But I thank God because that was a way of God answering my prayers.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I ain't know how he was gonna do it, and that's how I ended up in Paterson. And by God's grace and mercy, it's been 19 years, one day at a time. Yeah. So guess what? I'm giving back what was so freely given to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody comes to me, oh, Miss Connie, I refer them here, or whatever, tell them about this place or that place. You know what I'm saying? Look, I thank God for being able to do that. And look, when I was told about Chosen Generation through Bobby, I was like, wow, I like that name too. You know, I'm like, wow, yeah. God, look, God is awesome. So I just thank God that I'm able to give back. Cause I ain't gonna enable nobody. Like the brother said, you can want it, but you gotta. The person gotta want it.
Uh-huh.
I can't make you stop. You
That's-
gotta want to stop.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. So thanks for letting me share.
I also gotta say, like, something about that name, Chosen Generation, right? When I came to this building, oh well, for some of y'all, I was here before y'all. Feels funny to say it like that, but I was here in the building for some of y'all. Then when y'all came in here, the first thing I realized a lot of people say it all at the same time because it's called the Chosen Generation. Sometimes you want to change that name from Chosen to Special. Because we some special people. I'm on that boat. Yeah. I love all y'all, though.
Bobby got his hand up.
Jasper and then Bobby.
Yeah, I had to hop in on this one because, I mean, I can appreciate letting somebody, find their way. But at the same time, there has to be a structure to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There has to be a teacher in order for there to be a student, and vice versa. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know who's sincere, who's not sincere, because you can have a trickery teacher, and then you can have a student that's not completely given the effort that's needed to complete whatever task. So, I just wanted to build that point because, you can't just, the camera went off. You can't just go in and, like, some people can't swim to this day because they wasn't taught the right way. They were just thrown in the water. You know what I'm saying? You can't just.
Some people learn that way, like myself.
You can't just do that with everything. It's a process to everything. So I just wanted that point to be clear, man, because
No, you're right. You're valid. And I want to go back and forth with this one before we get to the next person. Like with the difference of what you said, like some people being thrown out there, and like I said myself, depending on what it is. If I'm thrown out there, I can catch it. I can figure it out. Because sometimes that pressure of knowing you're alone is the only way that you will figure it out. Or better yet, that silence in your head that you can never tell to be quiet whenever you want to get focused versus when you just focus naturally and by honing in on what it is that you set out to do. Because
again, it just varies on different situations. For some situations, leaving it alone, throwing them out there, that might be the right way. But on other occasions, the teacher gotta at least walk them through once or twice,
and that's the other key.
Turn them loose.
Because you said earlier, it may not be that the student didn't really catch on. Or it might be the way that the teacher is teaching something or the student was taking it in. Those two parts play a part, but it varies because of the individual that's taking the information in. It's never really that, or I'm gonna be honest, like how you said, the teacher may have said it a certain way that the student didn't grasp, or they weren't ready to understand that information because they had yet to be patient. Because with learning comes patience. You're not gonna, but you won't know this if you don't know this. If some people be thinking that they can do it like versus knowing that they can do it. Once you understand the difference from thinking and doing, you no longer try to think about the answer when somebody say 2 + 2, 4, 15 times 98. Everybody pause like, you see what I'm saying? It's just like that, but somebody somewhere knew the answer because they're listening and being patient for their mind to grab the answer. It's not that I'm gonna grab the answer, I already have the answer. I have to be willing to allow myself to assess what's being said, what's being done, and what needs to be done. Next person. Oh, he gone. Bobby gone.
So could I say this?
Hold on, pan the camera on.
People are not teachable.
Yes, it's
So you would have people that constantly, how can I say it in a nice way? Constantly have their hand out.
Okay,
And
then
even
you
if
can't say they're not teachable. They don't
Okay, but let me
want to be
finish.
They don't want to be taught. They don't want to do the work. But go ahead.
Okay, let me finish.
That's all.
So they constantly got their hand out,
Mm.
and the teacher is not teaching them because they dependent. They want them to be dependent on them.
Mm.
So that's one reason why they're not teachable. Another reason why they may not be teachable is because they don't want to learn. They want to be dependent on somebody. You know, as long as they're giving it to me, I don't have to work hard for it. You know, I don't have to get up for it. I could just meet them at 11 o'clock, and I know they're gonna be there to give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to learn. You know, so a lot of times you gotta look at the individual.
Yes.
And the individual could make a difference. And if the teacher decides, say, listen, I've been doing this for you for a year or 2 years or whatever. If you don't grasp this, you got to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then they may be acceptable to being taught. That's all. I said that right?
Hey, I can't say no remarks on that. Now I can just be quiet. Like she said it. Took a word out.
Be quiet, Ezekiel.
That's
Just
Mustafa.
sometimes-
Yeah, Mustafa.
Mustafa. Sometimes you just gotta say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not around, what are they gonna do?
Absolutely.
They gonna learn today.
Mm-hmm.
When you start saying no, they gonna figure it out. And that has to be a lesson learned, taught, rather. And I mean, you know, once they figure it out, they'll be like, okay, I don't have to keep going to this person. Because I'm wearing them out.
Ooh.
I'm wearing them out.
Right.
Now I know how to do this. Now I know how to go about this. You got to say, no, I can't do it. I don't have it. I don't have it. But you're not going to run me down in the hole.
I know that's right. I want to share this with everyone because Mike and I was talking. Well, Mike, Jasper, and we was talking, and I expressed to him that I did want to ask him or Jasper earlier about it, but there was so much on my mind. I was doing more time on sharing what was on my mind than sharing, hey, could one of you do this episode for me? That I'm sharing to them some of what this episode is about, and basically it's accountability. Being selfless and understanding that what is and what isn't of your duties, and I've chosen not to take up things that honestly, as a child, as a man of faith, would take if he had the resources or yes, the resources and time to do all of that, and neither I have, unfortunately, and I don't feel ashamed about it, but I do feel ashamed that I can't rectify a change due to what is happening, and I accept it. I just like what you're saying, Michelle. No, and I'm saying no to a lot of things that is coming on with the situation that I'm under. It started before it got to the head that it's at. And I'm satisfied and happy, just don't really fully know how to express it because it's a lot of down to even get to this point. That being that I'm already in the process of saying no for a lot of things, I'm gaining some form of peace and relief physically and mentally in myself that I'm actually feeling better.
Getting your power back, huh?
Yes. I would say for the past 4 days, I have actually gradually going up versus how I was last month. Just going down, and just keeping to myself. And I'm saying that because I know that I'm not the only person that was going through that form of depression, I would say, or stress, whatever it is that you may call it, to yourself. Let it out. Find somebody. Like I said, I was talking to my teammates. I might not have spoken about the job part, but I was letting them know where my mind was, and they was keeping me on point. And we're here at this part. So don't be afraid to talk to somebody. You would do more damage to yourself keeping it in than letting it out. So let's go to the part of 2 of this episode, which says what, y'all? The growth question.
Oh, question.
All right, so for the growth question, if you keep carrying the financial and emotional weight for this person, what version of themselves are you preventing them from discovering? Here's the twist, because you can answer either side of this. Know thyself and be true. If they keep carrying the financial and emotional weight for you, what version of you are they preventing you from discovering? Or were? Anyone?
Well, I'm preventing them from discovering themselves, and they're preventing me from discovering myself, my true self. You know, instead of the either I'm the enabler or the one being enabled by somebody. So either way, I'm doing damage to them, or they're doing damage to me. Grow spiritually, mentally, in every way. As a man, whatever. It's stunting everyone's growth.
Yes. I like how Superman just he put all that together. He's like, man, it's like. But do anybody else want to answer? Anyone? Or express a story on this matter, a topic? No.
Kevin said it best.
Hey, that's not Kevin. Shh. All right. Oh, that's all right, we're gonna go on to the next one. For the part 3, the partnership question. I'm gonna do one at a time for this one. For the partnership question, are you investing your hard-earned money into their effort, or are you just throwing it into their excuses? Mike pointed at me like I need to answer that. All right, I'll do it because you gestured your hand and I looked up like,
Why don't you adjust that?
I got hit with an arrow. So for that one, I'll answer just the first one. Somebody got to answer the second one. For the first part, at the time, yes, I was enabling them through their excuses. Though financially, I was not doing anything, but it did turn that way whenever something popped up randomly, and that put me at risk. I would pay it right then and there, so that way I don't lose nothing that I'm allowing someone else to hold, I would say. And did it cost me stress? Yes, it did. Even now, due to the situation I was explaining earlier, I'm still in that same spot with the person, but they're unable to pay me. Not because they can't pay me, due to circumstances of incarceration. So from that standpoint, I gotta do what I gotta do. So whatever we have between us is over. If I could sell it, which I can, get my money back, it is what it is. But that's the only way that I can move forward. So in this retrospect of answering this question for others that are in that position of their expending their finances, stop. Just stop. They're not going to die. They're not going to lose weight. And if they do, that was of their own volition. You are not their parent, and if you are, they are grown. They can hold on their own. That's all I have to say. So who wants to answer part 2? I'll read it. Are they investing their hard-earned money into your efforts, or are they just throwing it into your excuses? I don't know if you might answer that. Whoever that is. I know that ain't nobody here. Don't worry, ain't nobody here. But that's why I say in the midst of it, this is a question for not just us, it's the viewers, those that are watching the podcast. Because I've actually seen our views spike up. A few episodes I've seen spike up to almost 100 views, some over 50. And to me, that just means more people are watching it. So I just want to speak more openly to not just those that are here in the podcast audience or out in the second area. I'm speaking to everyone generally. Because you may be that individual seeking help and not know your position of that type of help that you need. Or you may even know, but in denial. Because that's even sicker, to be in denial of your own doings. But we're here to help. So help me, help you, help me, help you, help you, help me. Help you. Understand that you need help. Because that's the only... I think I caught a few people before they fell off, right? All right. As long as we're on pilling. Because that's the whole point. A helping hand. I'm being a selfless warrior. I know what it is. I know what it takes to be in this fight. And everyone out there that just answered, that you see within this beautiful audience here within Tier 1 Recovery, Children's Generation, we are warriors. And we're trying to help other warriors arm themselves, protect themselves. Put your shield of armor on. Look where I'm pointing. Put your shield of armor on. Because as long as you protect this mind, everything will not decline, incline. Your life will drastically, dramatically, maybe even slowly change. It will change. So protect this, build this, love this. Because it's something that you're going to say one day to someone else when you succeed in this. Do you care about yourself, kid? Yeah!